Hello, and welcome back to Finance House. Imagine a country completely flattened. Its cities are rubble, its industry is gone, and its people are on the verge of starvation. This was Japan in 1945, yet within just a few decades, it rocketed to become the world's second largest economy, a global powerhouse of technology and innovation. How on earth did this happen? How did a nation rise from the ashes of total defeat to become an economic titan? Today, we're unwrapping the incredible story of Japan's post-war economic miracle. It's a tale of resilience, smart strategy, and a little bit of help from unlikely friends. Stick around, because this journey is one of the most remarkable economic transformations in modern history. The story begins in utter devastation. By the end of World War II, Japan had lost nearly 40% of its urban areas to bombing. Major cities like Tokyo and Osaka were in ruins. Industrial production was at a standstill, and severe food shortages were rampant. The Allied occupation, led by the United States, began with a clear goal: demilitarize and democratize Japan. The first few years were tough, focused on fundamental reforms. General Douglas MacArthur oversaw sweeping changes. A new constitution was written, large family-owned industrial conglomerates known as the zaibatsu were broken up, and significant land reforms were enacted. These land reforms were crucial. They transferred land ownership from wealthy landlords to the farmers who actually worked it. This didn't just create a more equitable society. It boosted agricultural productivity and increased the purchasing power of rural families, creating a new domestic market for goods. While these were important first steps, the real economic takeoff was sparked by an unexpected event thousands of miles away. That spark was the Korean War in 1950. Suddenly, the United States needed a reliable, nearby industrial base to supply its military efforts. Japan was the perfect candidate. The U.S. military began placing massive orders with Japanese companies for everything from trucks and uniforms to machinery repairs. This was called the Special Procurements Boom, and it was like a massive cash injection directly into the heart of Japanese industry. Factories that were once idle roared back to life. This demand didn't just restart the economy, it allowed Japanese companies to modernize their equipment, learn new production techniques, and regain their footing on the world stage. The Korean War essentially served as a powerful springboard, launching Japan out of its post-war slump and onto a path of rapid industrial growth. It was the right opportunity at the exact right time. With the industrial engine restarted, Japan's government and businesses didn't just sit back. They adopted a unique and powerful model of cooperation. The Ministry of International Trade and Industry, or MITI, played a starring role. MITI acted like a strategic command center for the entire economy. They identified promising industries for the future: steel, shipbuilding, and later automobiles and electronics, and then channeled resources, loans, and technological support towards them. This wasn't a top-down command economy, but a partnership. MITI would guide, and private companies would innovate and compete fiercely. This collaboration led to the rise of a new corporate structure, the keiretsu. These were large groups of interlinked companies, often centered around a major bank. This structure allowed them to take on long-term ambitious projects, share risks, and support each other's growth. It was a system built for stability and long-term vision, not just short-term profit. At the heart of Japan's industrial success was a relentless focus on quality and efficiency. This wasn't just a business strategy, it became a national philosophy. Inspired by American experts like W. Edwards Deming, Japanese companies embraced concepts like total quality management and kaizen, which means continuous improvement. The idea was simple but revolutionary. Every single employee, from the CEO to the factory floor worker, is responsible for improving processes and quality. This led to incredible innovations in manufacturing, like the just-in-time production system pioneered by Toyota. Instead of warehousing massive stockpiles of parts, components arrived exactly when they were needed, cutting costs and improving efficiency dramatically. This obsession with quality transformed the global perception of Japanese products. The Made in Japan label, once a symbol of cheap trinkets, became a hallmark of world-class quality and reliability. Another critical ingredient in Japan's success was its people. The Japanese workforce was highly educated, disciplined, and famously loyal. The system of lifetime employment became common in major corporations. Companies would hire graduates and, in return for their loyalty and hard work, provide job security for life, along with benefits like housing and healthcare. This created an incredibly stable and motivated workforce. Workers felt they were part of a corporate family, and they were invested in the long-term success of their company. Furthermore, Japan had an exceptionally high household savings rate. People saved a large portion of their income, and this massive pool of domestic capital was then funneled through the banking system to be invested in new factories, research, and infrastructure, fueling the cycle of growth without relying heavily on foreign debt. By the 1960s and 70s, the miracle was in full swing. Japan became the world's leading shipbuilder and a dominant force in steel production. Then came the wave of consumer electronics. Companies like Sony, Panasonic, and Sharp became household names across the globe with their innovative transistor radios, televisions, and Walkmans. The 1980s saw the rise of the Japanese automotive industry. Cars from Toyota, Honda, and Nissan, once dismissed as small and underpowered, took the world by storm. They were fuel efficient, reliable, and affordable, perfectly timed for the oil crises of the 1970s. Japan wasn't just copying Western technology anymore, it was leading, innovating, and setting new standards in multiple global industries. This period of explosive growth cemented Japan's status as an economic superpower. Of course, no story of rapid growth is without its challenges. By the late 1980s, the Japanese economy entered a massive asset price bubble. Stock prices and real estate values soared to astronomical, unsustainable levels. The Imperial Palace grounds in Tokyo were famously said to be worth more than all the real estate in California. But in 1991, the bubble burst. The stock market crashed and property values plummeted. This ushered in a period known as the Lost Decade, which stretched into the 2000s, characterized by economic stagnation, deflation, and corporate restructuring. The lifetime employment system began to fray, and the old models faced new challenges from a globalizing world and an aging population. Japan had to adapt once again, shifting from a manufacturing-heavy economy towards high-tech services, robotics, and dealing with the complexities of a modern, mature economy. So, what can we learn from Japan's incredible journey? It's a powerful lesson in resilience and strategic planning. Key takeaways include the power of government-industry collaboration, the transformative impact of focusing relentlessly on quality and continuous improvement, and the importance of a skilled, motivated workforce. It also shows how external events, like the Korean War, can create unexpected windows of opportunity. While the Japanese model has its own unique cultural context and is not a perfect blueprint to be copied everywhere, its story offers timeless insights for any nation or business aiming for growth and innovation. From the rubble of 1945 to a global economic leader, Japan's post-war miracle remains one of the most inspiring and instructive economic stories of our time. It proves that with vision, determination, and a unified national effort, even the most devastating circumstances can be overcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive at Finance House. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into the world of economics and finance. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.